So what we have here is a real Stella 12-string guitar. I just removed the strings. It had 6 strings. Excuse me, I'm not used to holding it. This was sitting here. The bridge has been shaved. It has to have been shaved. It looks like it lost its groove. There's no evidence of a tailpiece. The lead belly kinds use a tailpiece, but that's a Stella. It's the real deal. I know Harmony bought the paper. I don't remember seeing anything like this on a Harmony Stella. Next, we're looking at this fretboard is flat within 10,000ths of an inch, even though it was a 12-string. The problem with the guitar is right here. You can see it. It's badly warped. Badly warped. And that means we're going to take the back off and try to remediate it. Resetting the neck isn't going to help any of this crap. And the cracks are the cracks. It will add gravitas. And we're missing mother of toilet seat up here. We'll deal with that as required. So we're going to take the back off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I was lucky. I found a place to start. And otherwise, it's really in good mechanical shape. There's no, and it's still, anyway, there it goes. There's a lot of different tricks and tools. I'm going to be using as many as I need to. There's no need to. The next part involves monkeys and footballs, so I'll come back when I get this cracking. Well, I made an inroad here. If I try to move this way, the grain of this sidewood keeps driving these into the side. I have to go in that direction. This one is spreading thick. I'll use it to preload the crack. And this is mine. When it's working, you'll hear a special crack. Hear it? It's the hide glue letting loose. And now I'm preloading again. And looking for failure of the grain. It's just starting to break down, so I'm going to have to stop. What I'll do is restart the cut with a single edge razor blade and struggle through this. It's so well built, there's no way to gain. Usually these things will just kind of pop apart, but this one's really well glued. This is hopefully more like it. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Look at that. Yeah, we're at the block. The block is usually requiring special handling, but I've got a handle on doing it now. One of the things is once you push through, is to feel in there and make sure that you're just under the curving. Ooh, look at that. It's looking now. So, excuse me, that's much better at how it's supposed to come apart. The break is clean. Go back together invisibly. Okay, it's the grand unveiling. Note this. Something happened to the finish along with that. And a couple of major cracks. They were already there. I didn't put them in. Viola. This broke. I had nothing to do with it. But anyway, some of these are gone. I'm happy. Here's the label. I'll try to decode that later. Take a picture. This is all birch. Birch. I think the top is birch too. It's very typical. Ladder braced. It doesn't look that bad, does it? I'll probably remove this brace to allow it more flexibility and being driven back. As we push this down, the neck angle will return. Let's look at some things. I'm looking here. That's what I'm talking about. Just the bridge plate will reinforce the bridge plate. Keep checking these. Next, pull this one. Get this ready for the fixture and the world famous Graviton Force module. We're going to use a selection of Graviton Force modules. This will be its a big send-off for the advertising campaign, the national campaign. We're going to run a sale where they're 2 for $25 or $10 a piece. All kinds of good stuff like that. Anyway, you can see this is the result of having so much warpage, it just let go on its own. Okay. I got it loose. Came out. Something right here. This thing dips down. There's a space here. We've got to release the fretboard from the body using the same tried and true techniques. Anyway, we'll go around it using our tools, palette knives mostly. They work well. Look at that. Okay. So it's broken loose, and see, it's free. You can, if you look closely, watch this gap. Wait a minute, yeah. So that helps with neck angle and lots of other things. In some cases, I'll cut it and then reattach it here. We'll see how it goes. I'll put it on the fixture. Wow. It's pretty clean in there. They're usually clean. This is the fixture board. That's where the neck goes. I think this was a ukulele. I cut this to allow for this. This is the original bridge. It's pure, but somebody's shaved the hell out of it. I'm going to keep this and build up a new bridge on top, which means I'm also going to have to fix this and use these holes drilled backwards through the structure I make here. That has to happen before the back goes. Now, we're going to use this nickel brush off. Flatten this. It's flat. It's actually arched. Flat right to about here. Pretty good. Right here, and it just dips down in here really bad. So this fits the front of the bridge. This part of the bridge is hitting the opening. This neck is hitting this opening. So this is absolutely flat. And when we're done, this is going to be 3/8 of an inch from this surface, maybe a quarter. It's a very long scale. The scale is 26.5. It's closer to a baritone guitar. Okay, it's going to get. Yep, we're going to have to increase this to get that to come down. Anyway, we are going to start using the graviton force modules in conjunction with gravity to flatten this area. Oops. To flatten this area. So, modified this. See what's going to happen. Note, when you push this down here, what happens here? Movement. So, required equipment. Water. Paper towels. Wax paper maybe. And the famous graviton force modules. If you don't have the graviton force module, you might be able to use a brick, but there's really no comparison. Okay. They bent these sides in 10 minutes. Weddings. Directly. That's why I like to work on my own stuff. I don't have to worry about it. That's a raised plate. It's going to be a problem. There you go. Spray that. I'll spray again soon. Getting started. Just getting started. We're only halfway down. Gotta know where this is. Okay. Since this bends too, even weight. Now, we're in Arizona. 15% humidity in an air-conditioned room, probably about 12%. Sucker will dry out real fast. Okay. Paper towels are damp. Then I test here. Close. Interesting. Prevents evaporation, slows it down. One goes here, and one will go here, but not touching that block of wood. Block of wood is going to be a pain. Pretty good. That's where most of the action is. And if I can get one of these in there, it'd be really good, but I can't, so I won't. So, really want to put one more weight here, but everything. Whatever it takes. Here. These things are, graviton force modules are being constantly drawn towards the earth. Anyway, they're pushing on this. If I used clamps, I'd have to keep coming in and tightening the clamps. These are continuously pushing down in a somewhat flexible manner. And I've raised this up just a little. You used to touch. Just by doing this, it's already raised up almost a half an inch. We're going to push it up a little more. Eventually it'll be up a little more than that. Because we'll put a spacer like this and this back here, and it has to be 3/8 to 1/4 of an inch higher. We'll take these things off. Let's see what we got. 2 o'clock. At about 2 hours, I took the bricks out and removed the wax paper to allow the wood to dry. Now we're just going to see what happens in 6 or 8 hours. Most of the bending took place in the first hour. That's where the hide glue is reactivating. Hard to plan for everything, but it's not much of a problem, considering the work that we're doing. So let's just see what we have so far. It's still got about half of it. No, about, we've taken care of almost all of it, but it's not all gone yet. And we'll check the second thing, neck angle. That's ANGO, angle. Look, we have got exactly the neck angle we need. And more. We can actually control it now. See? This is all loose. It's a part of my process. So, this area dip. Let's see what would happen. There. If we push this down, with braces, it would help. But what we really need to do is continue using the graviton system. So we're going to re-wet it and put the weights in and leave them overnight. Again, all this bends. So it's called topology, I believe. Oops, sorry about that. Pretty damp. And it had some dampness on it. This is the start. Patchy. Yeah, we're there. Yep. Tempted to lay one in like this, but simply don't have the room. Luckily, the flexible nature of the graviton force module is accommodating. Okay, moving right along. We are using this. That's to allow us to get over the top of a brace. A brazzo. And we need more of that. And this isn't big enough. Anyway, I'm going to put another filler here. A couple more bricks and let it stay overnight.